Okay, so remember how in last video we saw these weird white boxes showing up over our lights? Well, I'm going to show you real quickly how to fix that. So first thing you're going to want to do is go to where your Farming Simulator 2017 was installed. Now, for most people, this would be in Farming Simulator Program Files times A6, Farming Simulator 2017. But for people who have got Farming Simulator 2017 on Steam, it'll be under Program Files times A6, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Farming Simulator 17. So once you're in your file where the game is installed, you're going to go to Data, and then you're going to go to Share. In there, you'll find these files: Corona Orange Diffuse, Corona Red Diffuse, and Corona White Diffuse. These three files are files you're going to need to fix your lights, because these are the updated FS17 versions of the Coronas. So, to get them, just click on it, then press Control, and take these three Coronas. Then press Copy. Then go to your mod, or rather, the folder of your mod, and once you're there, just paste them in there like that. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find where it looks for these Corona textures in your mod. So, most of the time, you're going to find this in textures. There will be a folder called textures in your mod, most likely, so that's where you'd find it. And once you went in there, you might find something like Corona Red Diffuse, White Diffuse, and Corona Orange. These are the Coronas for the lights, so you're going to want to replace these old versions with the new versions. And one way to do that is to go Rename, Control-C, Copy, and then go to the new version. And that was, since it was Red Diffuse, we're going to look for the red one from Farming Simulator 17, then rename that, paste that in there, and it'll be called that now. Now repeat with the other two. Rename, Control-C, and then find the white one, paste that in, then Corona Orange, and then copy that, and paste it over the orange Corona Diffuse. Now, go Control and click on these three here, the FS17 versions of the Coronas, go into Textures and paste them in there like that, and replace the old versions. And this should fix your Coronas once you've reopened the editor. Just click on the Giant's Error i3D file here, and 7.0, and then wait for it to load. And once it has, then you should see that your Coronas are nice, clean, and clear, and that everything is working well with that. Now, next thing I'm going to show you is how to add lights that will show up in Farming Simulator 17, giving that nice glow effect, sort of. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so there are really two parts to this. One dealing with the XML, and one just putting it in the editor. So yeah, I'm going to show you. So go to File, Import, and remember that light set we got earlier? Well, now we're going to import that into our editor. And remember how we made a little folder, light set, so click on that, and import the i3D file. So now you'll have some lights here, some varied lights, turn lights, and brake lights, and front lights. So now what you're going to want to do is align those accordingly. And in this, I'm assuming you have at least a basic understanding of how the editor works and how you use it. But anyways, what you're going to want to do now is take the lights and put them in the folders they should be in. Well, rather the groups they should be in the vehicle. So for this, we have groups here for front lights, blinker lights, left and right, brake lights, and reverse lights. And if you don't have folders like this, then, or rather groups, you can create them by going create transform group, and you can create a transform group and name it brake lights or something like that. But make sure that you cut it, and when you have it, it's actually pasted inside the vehicle's group. So yeah, anyways, what you're going to want to do is then move all the lights in to the right places. So for example, I have here backlights, so I can take those. Actually, those go in front lights because they turn on when we turn on the front lights. So I can paste them in here with the front lights. And then what I'm going to want to do is align those up here with where the backlights are. And it doesn't exactly need to be on where we have the lights. So the light here does not need to be on the physical light. It should still look decent. Anyways, then blinker left, so we can get left, back, and front. So we can grab those and put them in the left category, and the right, front and back, we can put those in the blinker right category. So like that. Now I'm going to guess that you know how to move lights around in the editor, so what you're going to want to do is just move the lights around so that they are generally in the area of where you see the light, the physical light on the vehicle. So like so. A helpful hint for when moving lights around in order that they stay symmetrical is that you can copy the coordinates of one light for one side and paste them into the other. See how it moved this light over to where the other light is? So since this is supposed to be on the left side, we're going to just leave it at positive, since right in the middle of the vehicle is 0, so this would be negative 8.49, and over there would be positive. So like that. And what you can do now is just copy these other coordinates to this other light over here, unchanged. And it's now symmetrical, like that. Now in this mod, we already actually have some front lights set up, so what we can do is actually get rid of the front lights that we imported, because we don't really need them. Now, also, you may have noticed that we don't really have any light for the brake lights. So what we're going to do is we can actually just take one from the backlights, Control-C, copy it, and paste it in for brake lights. So we can actually do it just like that, and you can press Control-B and then click where you want to put the light. And you can just put 0 so it's centered, and just put somewhere like around there or wherever you like, and this will be the brake light's light. So when you step on the brakes, this is the light that will show up. And now as far as the reverse light goes, we can create another light for that. Just take one from the front light, since it's a white color. So since the front lights are white and the reverse lights are generally white, we can take a front light, paste it in for the reverse light. And again, we can press Control-B, then click, and then just put it centered, and then we'll generally have a reverse light. Now that you've got all your lights in position, hopefully, a useful thing to do in order to be able to put the coronas properly in the XML is to group all these coronas together in a separate group from these lights. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, I'm going to show you right now. So now that you've got a transform group, just cut it, Control X, and put in the blinker left category, or whatever category you have a bunch of coronas there out in a group. Now just shift click all those coronas and cut them and put them in the transform group. They'll stay in the exact same place, usually, unless the transform group has some translate or something that would move it. And now you've got a group with all your coronas in it. This will be useful for when you're setting the decoration node index path in the XML. So yeah, go ahead and do that for all your groups of coronas that aren't in a group. Okay, so now you should have all your coronas in groups and decorative lights, so like this. You can rename your groups to coronas or decoration or whatever you like in order to make it simpler for you to tell which is the corona group. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now we're going to look at the XML and how to make your lights work in-game. Now go to your XML file for your mod. So you should see somewhere inside your XML, somewhere that says lights. So right here you'll see lights and turn lights and reverse lights and all those lights. May make it simpler for you to just break it up like this so that you can see it all properly. But now that you've got all this laid out in front of you, you can go and look at your i3D file and find out which are my real lights and which are my decoration and where are they. So generally, your real light is the actual light. So it's what creates the light and makes the light in Farming Simulator. So generally, they have a light bulb icon. So your real light would be these. Your decoration, as seen here, would be the coronas, so your corona group. So as you can see, decoration, it shows a note index here. So that's why we put in a group, because it makes it so that you can take a group of coronas and put them as a decoration. So there we go. So for front lights, we'd have that real light is index path is over here. You'll see it in the top right. And you can go and paste that in for a real light. That's your index. And as you can see, it was already right, but that's what you can do. You can take that. Now your coronas, the decoration, that goes there, that's 502. So yeah, it's pretty much got that already. Now as far as this, it's 501. That's real light. And actually, we've got another real light. It's the backlight's high, so it's back here. These two are real light. So we can go and take their index path. But first, actually, we want to create another line of code here. Then we take their index path, put in here, and we can also go and put decoration. These will all have the same decoration, so we can put that. And as far as this goes, yeah, these have the same decoration, so you can do that. And there's low and high. I don't really know the difference between these right now, but you can just do that. So you can put them the same if you want. Now, brake lights. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this code, real light, and put in front of decoration. So our brake lights, they're right here. Here's our real light, this one right here. And we'll take the index path of that brake light and we'll put in right here for real light. And the coronas, that's the decoration. So we copy the index path of the corona group, and we paste that in here for brake lights. Oops. So yeah, in between those quotation marks. And now beacon lights, we don't have any, so just leave that alone. Turn lights. Okay, so turn lights left. Okay, so left is 0510, so we copy that all in. And that's not the decoration. Okay, that's the real light. So we paste that in for those two, and then get our index for that. Paste it in there. And actually, we have 2 for the left. So we'll just copy this and paste it again. And then get our index again. Paste that right in there for left. And the decoration is actually 512 now, so we can paste that in for the decoration for the left turn lights. And now, if you want, you can split this up. These are the left and these are right. We'll also need another one for the right, so we can do that. Now we'll go to our right blinkers, and we'll see the index path for the real light is 520 on 9. So we'll paste that in there, and the other one is 521. Paste that in there. And the decoration is 522. So we'll paste that in. And now lastly, reverse lights. So this right here will be our real light, which we should get the code for it first, I guess. And we'll paste that in there as the real light code, and then we'll get our index for the reverse light, real light, which is the light object that actually creates a light. Then we'll get the decoration index, which is the coronas, and paste that in here for, it should say decoration equals. So we'll change index to decoration, and then that's pretty much it. So then you'll save your XML, close it, and save your i3D file, and close it as well. Now, copy all your files back into your RAR. Well, actually, what you should have is a zip file. So that's the one that works with Farming Simulator as a mod. And make sure that there's no spaces in your mod name, like this. If you're going to have a space, make sure instead of a space you have an underscore, so like that. Now you can copy it and put it in your mod folder and see how it works. Now go in game and buy your vehicle and it should show up. If it does not, then you should check your log at Farming My Games in My Documents, My Games, Farming Simulator 2017, log.txt. So check that if it doesn't show up, but if it does, try it out and see how it works. Turn on the lights. As you can see, my lights are showing up nicely, you can see them, and since I have developer console on, I can press F5 and see all the lights and how they're showing up. And we can see when we reverse, our reverse lights will come on. And when we brake, our brake light comes on. And when we turn on the four-way flashers, they come on. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of how to fix those things. So if you have any questions, leave them below and I will try to answer them for you. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. Thanks for watching. This is Grace Time 911.